India's armed forces fought bravely with People Liberation Army and forced them to go back, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said. The news in detail. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday said India's armed forces stood up to aggression along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh and fought the Chinese military with utmost bravery, forcing it to go back. The unprovoked aggression on the Himalayan frontiers is a reminder of how the world is changing, how existing agreements are being challenged, how power is being asserted not just in the Himalayas but across the Indo-Pacific, said Defence Minister. He was referring to the ongoing standoff with China in eastern Ladakh. The Indian armed forces fought with the People's Liberation Party with utmost bravery and forced them to go back. The coming generations of this nation will be proud of what our forces have managed to achieve this year, the Defence Minister said. Whenever there is a situation at the line of actual control, the most obvious outcome is a comparison between India and China's military strength. There can be a serious debate on who owns most military might, but when it comes to soft power, there is no scope of ambiguity. India is far ahead of China when it comes to leading the world with ideas, Mr. Singh said. He was attending the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry annual general meeting. He said India, due to its location, size, population and economy, had always been at the strategic forefront of global security. Stating that India had been a victim of cross-border terrorism, Mr. Singh said India fought this courage alone even when there was no one to support, but later the world understood that India was right about Pakistan being the fountainhead of terrorism. In an indirect reference to the farmers' agitation, Singh said there is no question of taking retrograde steps against our agricultural sector ever. The recent reforms have been undertaken with the best interest of India's farmers in mind. We are, however, always willing to listen to our farmer brothers, allay their misgivings and provide them with the assurance we can provide, Singh said. Calling agriculture the mother sector, he said the government is always open to discussion and dialogue to resolve issues. Agriculture has been one sector which has been able to avoid the adverse effects of the pandemic and in fact come out of the best. Our produce and procurement have been plentiful and our warehouses are full. There is no question of taking retrograde steps against our agricultural sector ever, he said. Calling agriculture the mother sector, he said the government is always open to discussion and dialogue to resolve the issues. News Desk, Karma News.